Hello students, in this class I am going to explain parallelogram law of vectors. This law explains about magnitude and direction of resultant of two vectors. So first you need to understand what is meant by resultant. It is the vector which can give the same result that given by the combination of two vectors. If two vectors are added vectorially, so you will have a new vector. That new vector is called resultant vector. So that vector can give the same result that given by the vectors which are added together. So which is called resultant. According to this law, if two vectors are represented by two adjacent sides of a parallelogram in magnitude and direction. This is the parallelogram. You can see here, parallelogram means it consists four sides with opposite sides are equal in length and parallel to each other. If these two sides represent magnitude and direction of two vectors, if it is the p vector and this is the q vector, both are acting simultaneously on this point O in different directions. If angle between these two is theta and the diagonal of this parallelogram gives magnitude and direction of resultant of these two vectors. I repeat the statement. If two adjacent sides of parallelogram represent magnitude and direction of these two vectors, then its diagonal gives magnitude and direction of resultant. If two sides are two vectors, then diagonal is their resultant. Bigger diagonal, bigger, you can see this is the bigger diagonal, this is a smaller diagonal. Bigger diagonal gives resultant of these two vectors. You can write this resultant. R is what? Resultant. Resultant of P bar and Q bar. You can write it as P bar plus Q bar. Vector addition is called resultant. Equation 1. Clear? Now I am going to derive the equation for magnitude and direction of this. Direction of this R bar is given by this angle alpha or beta. Angle made by this R vector with P is alpha, with Q is beta. What is theta in the diagram? Theta is angle between P bar and Q bar. Angle between P and Q is theta. What is alpha? Angle made by resultant vector R bar with P bar. And beta is angle made by same resultant vector with Q bar. So alpha and beta give the direction of R bar and magnitude. For the magnitude of this R bar, so let us give the name for these corners of a parallelogram. This is already we have took it as O. This is A, B, C. Now for this R, I will extend this line in this direction and draw a normal line onto this extended line. This is the point of intersection N. This point is N. So we have a right angle here. This is the normal line. If the side is Q, opposite side also same Q, this angle is theta, this is also same angle theta. Now you can see here there is a right angle triangle. Here I am going to take this right angle for what? Magnitude. First I will derive equation for magnitude of this resultant, magnitude of R. So for that, so you can see this triangle. This triangle from triangle ANB. You can see here. I will write this for this side. Cos theta equal to, you can see this is the adjacent opposite hypotenuse. So it gives what? AN by hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is q. So an equal to q cos theta. And from the same triangle sin theta equal to, sin theta gives opposite side by hypotenuse, so that is bn by q. So bn equal to q sin theta. I think up to this clear. Now we got this an equal to what? Q cos theta, and this side is q sin theta. So have written these two sides in terms of angle theta. Clear? Now for the magnitude, you can see here. Again I will draw this triangle here, right angle triangle. This triangle, from this triangle ONB, you can see ONB. You can see this OB, this is O, this is B, N. What is OB side? Magnitude of resultant R. And ON side, O to N. Already up to A, this side is side length is P, this side is Q cos theta. So this ON is P plus Q cos theta. Is everything clear? That side ON equal to P plus Q cos theta. You can see this side. This is what? Q sin theta. Here this is the perpendicular normal line, 90 degrees. Now you can apply Pythagoras theorem for this R. I want this R value. For that you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So square of the hypotenuse is equal to square of adjacent side P plus Q cos theta whole square plus Q sin theta whole square. So it gives what? R square equal to, expand this, it is the form of a plus b whole square. So it gives p square plus q square 2pq cos theta. This is a square b square 2ab plus this term. You can write the square separately, q square sin square theta. You can see the next step, r square. So from these two terms, so you can see here what is p square. Here you have, you can see here a square is this, b square, q square cos square theta and 2pq cos theta. Clear? A square and b square plus 2ab. 2ab. B is what? Q cos theta. Now this one, q square sin square theta. Now you can see here from these two terms q square is common. And write the remaining terms same. From these two terms q square common, cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2pq cos theta. See carefully, r square equal to p square. This value is 1. So it is only q square. This is 2pq cos theta. Therefore, the resultant magnitude is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. From this equation, you can understand this r value depends on magnitude of p, magnitude of q, and also angle between the p and q. It depends on two factors. What are they? Magnitude of two vectors and that angle between the two vectors. R value changes with angle also. Clear? That is the magnitude. Or you can see here from the first equation, what is R here? This R means what? Modulus of R, magnitude of this. Or you can write that is the R bar is equal to root of, you can write that is p square means mod of p square magnitude of p and magnitude of q square plus 2 mod of p mod of q cos theta. or you can write the same in different forms of that result magnitude of resultant of two vectors. What is R? This one. So mod of p bar plus q bar, you can write it as square root of, you can write simply p square, no need to write modulus of this q square plus 2pq cos theta. Remember these different forms. So you can write either by this mod of R or mod of p bar plus q bar, both are same. This is the equation for the magnitude of resultant of two vectors. Now you can see for a direction of this resultant, that is given by either alpha or beta. So I'll write this direction here. Look at this carefully. Direction of R vector. The same triangle, this triangle. Already we have taken the triangle ONB. And you can see this angle is alpha. This side is what? P plus Q cos theta. And this side is Q sin theta. This is R. Now I want angle now. So already we have written equation for this resultant. So generally we are asked R and alpha by providing P, Q and theta. They provide magnitude of two vectors and angle between the two vectors. We are asked magnitude and direction. So already we have written magnitude. This is over. Now for direction, that is given by angle alpha. You can see that triangle. See the triangle. So from the triangle, to get this, you can divide this. You can take tan alpha. Tan alpha gives what? This side is unknown. They do not provide alpha R. They provide P, Q and theta. If these three are known, so generally we take these known sides. This side is unknown, so that is why don't try to write a trigonometric function in terms of hypotenuse. So take this adjacent and opposite sides, that is given by this tan alpha. So tan alpha equal to Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. That is the direction. Or you can write alpha equal to tan inverse of Q sin theta by P plus Q cos theta. That is the angle made by R vector with P. Or you can, based on that alpha, you can also write the equation for beta directly. Tan beta. What is beta? Angle made by resultant vector with this Q vector. So based on this, you can write directly by interchanging P and Q. So you can write P sin theta by Q plus P cos theta, or beta equal to tan inverse of P sin theta by Q plus P cos theta. These two angles represent direction of resultant of two vectors. Clear?